Perfect. Perfect.
All right, family, how that sound? That should be good right there. We should be good now. I know I'm coming through loud and clear now. There we go, man. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing today on this beautiful Sunday here on the Sports Coma? Got a few little difficulties here. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, family. Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, we got it. We good, baby. I told you, you can't. You know what? Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all, you cannot stop Saints family. You can't stop us. You can't stop us. I don't care if it's technical glitch Falcon, Carolina, Tampa Bay glitches and bugs. You cannot stop Saints family. And when you piss us off, you got a problem with us. You got a problem with the Saints family. You being from New Orleans, man, from the area, you got a tough resolve. And regardless or not, you won't stop us, baby. You won't stop us, Falcons fans. I'm just messing around. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? School, what's happening, baby? Here in the building. John, how you doing? Who that? Sean, what's good, baby? Hey, family, I surprised y'all. I surprised y'all with this one. I know I ain't tell y'all, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to surprise them. I'm going to have a Sports Coma surprise live stream on them. So, this a little surprise for my family on a Sunday, no doubt. What's up, Leslie? How you doing? Sean, Jason, what's in the building? Daquan, how you doing, sir? David, how you doing? You in the building. Revolt Control Radio. It's been a while, fam. Welcome to the live stream. Yep. Adrian, what's happening, baby? She's in the building as well, family. This is podcast live stream number 10. Number 10, family. Live stream number 10. Show number 394. And because we had Derek, who that, baby? Who that? Who that to all my black and gold people in the building? And before, I usually do my customary and traditional intro I've been doing for almost going on 5 years now, doing the shows, the podcast. And that is welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the Guy. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from our favorite sports family. I'm Big Q if you don't know. And you are now rocking with the Sports Coma, which is the number one independent Saints podcast in the land. Family. And it's because of you. What's up, Daryl? What's up, dog? How you doing back in the building with us? Who that, baby? Who that? And today, family, I ain't gonna take too much of your time, family. But I wanted to go over some stuff, day 3 news and notes with you. What's been happening down in the building with the Saints for Saints Camp. A few things that have been happening that I wanted to kind of go over with the family. Gonna talk today about this massive thing here with Emmanuel Butler. I mean, Butler is like really sheesh. Butler really kind of stepping to his own. You know what I'm saying, family? You know what I mean? Butler is really coming to his own, man, and really making things. And of course, we had a few people will put on notice about Emmanuel Butler. I thought it might have been his PR people, but ain't no PR for what he doing. We covered it yesterday, man, about how he dropped one, but he made some plays yesterday. He snatched a pass out of the air. Now, if you go back and watch the pass was thrown away from him. Teddy Bridgewater had him coming across, and Teddy Bridgewater literally threw it too far ahead of him. Dig that. I keep telling y'all, it's not the same Teddy Bridgewater from Minnesota. Y'all gonna hear me. But he threw it just ahead of him, but the man is long. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. He was able to reach out, fully extend out, grab the ball down, made a really nice catch. But We're gonna talk about Emmanuel Butler today in this show, but it's kind of messed up. What's up, Sean? Welcome to this live stream, baby. Who that? This is, the thing about it, man. It's kind of messed up. Is that Emmanuel Butler's been getting his shine. Even LaJordan Humphreys got his little shine when he was talking about him. All of the little guys like Cyril Grayson and Deontay Harris are getting their shine. But you know who ain't getting no respect, family? Huh? In the wide receiver room, y'all won't guess for me? Ain't none of the veterans. But one dude just don't seem like he getting no kind of respect. And that's Keith Kirkwood. Keith Kirkwood stepped in for Michael Thomas when he was out on his contract holdout. He ain't getting no love, family. And I asked on the last live stream, where are all my Keith Kirkwood people at? Keith Kirkwood out here on the island by himself, man. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Emmanuel Butler. We also got some other information we want to go over with you from day 3. The Saints are trying a few guys out, family. What does it mean? Huh, family? What does it mean? We got a former Detroit Lion running back that the Saints are trying out. Also, another offensive lineman. What does it mean? Now, listen, I can't sit up here and tell you like I told you about the other day with TJ Green and the other fella that's a linebacker hybrid type guy. I can't sit up here and tell you, man, hey, man, that dude is a camp body. No, these dudes that they trying to try out, they ain't signed anybody just yet. But these guys are going that if they do sign them, these are serious contributors in some form or fashion. It's just awesome, dude. I mean, Sean Payton them really, really have the mentality. It's Super Bowl or bust, baby. It's Super Bowl or bust in a major capacity, baby. That's all it could be. But anyway, we'll talk about that today. We also got some interviews on Play for You. Not too many of them, but, I got about 4 of them. Going to let you listen. Maybe we got time for 3 of them. But Coach Payton starts on day 3. Taysom Hill chimes in. And then we'll play a little bit of Emmanuel Butler. And if we got time, we'll spin a little bit of Malcolm Brown, who has some stuff to say about day 3 in the camp thus far. So without further ado, before we get going, family, I want to get you guys here and to kind of say to you guys before we get it going to do me a favor, do me a service, and hit the like button. Hit the like button if you already haven't hit the like button. If you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. And hit the bell button too. The bell button will notify you, and when we go live like this, we do these little surprise screams next time. You won't be caught off guard. The bell will let you know. Now, the funny part about it is too, family, is that we got a lot of Saints family on these channels, on this channel in particular. But for whatever reason, we're not reaching all of our Saints family. So we're gonna have to figure it out, man. I'm gonna have to get a hold to them and find out what's going on, why everybody not getting their notifications. But that's a subject for another day. Anyway, like I said, family, we're going to get right into this discussion right now. We're going to start off with day 3 observations as the Saints bring on the pads. The Saints put the pads on today, and they had some pretty decent weather, man. So, it's officially on, man, and it's good. Now, day 3, A.J. Klein, he came back to practice. He was missing. Nobody said why he wasn't missing. Now, running back Javarius Allen, who's known as Buck Allen, who's the North-South running back from the Baltimore Ravens, the Saints signed to a 4-year contract. I always say that because some people don't believe me that the Saints signed Buck Allen to a 4-year deal. If you don't believe me, you can look it up, family. I mean, seriously, they signed Buck Allen's ass to a 4-year contract. Not like a camp deal, but they gave the man 4 years. I know that don't really mean too much in today's NFL, but, that's just what it is. Now, Buck Allen and Michael Thomas, obviously, Buck Allen, we don't know what's going on with him, but Michael Thomas, what's going on with him. But it's still unclear why Buck Allen's out of practice. But I tell you one thing, if you're a clues guy and you like to pick up on clues and you like to look at stuff and say, hey, man, something ain't right here. Why is this dude not in camp? Why is his ass not in camp? And that's something that if you're a detective, you like to play the detective, you're going to find out, like, what the heck is this going on here? Why is this man not in camp? But the Saints are sitting up there looking at another running back. That's the real curious part of what's going on as far as the Saints are concerned. I mean, that's, what the heck is all that about? But anyway, let's keep the party rolling. He wasn't in practice, but we're going to talk about the Butler. The Butler does it again. Now, Emmanuel Butler, through the last 3 days of camp, has been showing off and showing out. I hope this is not one of them situations like, remember a few years ago, they had Brandon Coleman, and Brandon Coleman was this big camp superstar, catching everything, making plays, but then when it came down to the game, he disappeared. And I always said it was psychological. You know, you're 6'6" or whatever he was a massive. At one time, he was the biggest wide receiver in the NFL. The Saints tried to put that man out there. He had the body, but the mind was not there. Psychologically speaking, he was a block there. He should have dominated those cornerbacks. Tallest cornerbacks he facing is a 6'2" guy or 6'3" guy. You're 6'6". You should be just smushing those guys out the way. But he didn't play big. He played like he was actually 5'11" or 5'10". No disrespect to shorter players. I'm saying in shorter people or smaller people. I'm just saying in terms of his stature, playing against the type of people he was playing against. He was 6'6". He should have dominated against smaller cornerbacks. Me and you both know that. It just didn't work. But I'm not saying that Emmanuel Butler is God. I'm not saying he's not Brandon Coleman. I most certainly know he's not. But this dude is definitely a guy that we definitely needs to keep our attention on. But he made some observations. The last 3 days have been pretty good. Now, unpadded practices, he was pretty good. But once again, he turned heads today during the 11-on-11 drills when he made a leaping catch from a pass from Taysom Hill down the left side of the field. And he was being covered by Kayvon Webster in coverage. So he kind of mossed, as my son say, Kayvon Webster on the play. Now, Coach Payton has now started talking about Butler and started putting his name in his mouth. And usually, you know how Sean Payton does, the player. Well, the player this and the player that and the player this and player. But nah, he's actually he got his name in his mouth. Now, Butler's 6'4", he's 220 pounds. Now, you know Coach Payton loves his big wide receivers. He loves them. Now, this guy's a big one. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. And he's showing a lot of talent, man. And one thing you can't accuse Emmanuel Butler of is not being a guy that can catch the ball. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He might not be the strongest guy. But the guy catches the damn ball. And that's what you want. Now, looking at the passing attack, after the run, they did a few run drills today in the practice move before it moved indoors. And the offense kind of turned it up a notch with plenty of passes from Drew, from Teddy, from Taysom, and J.T. Barrett, the lost Saint. The pass happened. It was just pass heavy all morning, allowed the quarterbacks to show up the arm strip, and they took deep shots down the field. One of my favorite times at the camp when they practicing is the deep ball throw, racing down the field. Bridgewater had a nice completion of 20-plus yards down the sideline to Sammy Cobbs Jr. We got a lot of Sammy Cobbs Jr. people in the building who fully extended, making a dive and catch behind the safety. Now, Drew was in there. He sees his opportunities and was teaching a group of wide receivers. Drew was coaching them up. And he was also instructing rookie Alize Mack and Emmanuel Butler how to run specific routes. Now, you got Drew. Drew going to get you right. You just got to listen and do what he say. He'll get you right. Now, the DBs were looking good, too, in the pass-heavy drills today. As the opportunities presented themselves for these guys to get back there and make some plays happen. And you had some defensive backs were beat deep, but they had a group that played pretty fair. Now, Eli Apple made a couple of nice pass breakups showing anticipation on a pass on the flat and the speed to close on receivers to knock the pass away. He had cornerback Justin Hardy, who contributed, just a special teams dude. He showed up, made at least two really nice, nifty pass breakups during the drills. Rookie Saquon Hampton also made a nice pass breakup. And some say the top defensive play goes to Marcus Williams, who kind of had the ability to come across the field, help out on a teammate, which was second-year wide receiver Traquan Smith, beat P.J. Imagine that. Somebody beating P.J. Williams? You're kidding me. But anyway, he beat P.J. across the middle, and Marcus seen he was going to get beat, came over and helped him. Across the line, streaking down the middle of the field when Drew launched the pass. But he made a nice break on the ball and rapidly closed the distance before leaping in the air to knock the ball away and save P.J. Williams' ass for another burning. Now, linebacker Caden Ellis didn't let the defensive backs get the full spotlight. He recorded an interception after rookie safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson tipped Taysom Hill's pass in the air, and Caden Ellis came down with it. The other seventh-round draft pick that's really a lot of people think could actually make the team as well. Now, the other interesting thing about it is the punt return situation, which I would give it to Marcus Shrells. But these are the lineups the Saints had in the punt return rotation. They had Marcus Shrells, obviously the first choice. The Austin Carr. Wow, Austin Carr? Austin Carr is not a fast dude, but I guess not. But Austin's in the whip. I guess that's the only way he realized he going to make the team. But you got Marcus Shrell first, Austin Carr, Cyril Grayson Jr., and then rookie Deontay Harris, who was doing it yesterday for punt returns during special team drills. And for the most part, Shrells took the first reps with the remaining reps rotating among Harris, Grayson, and then Carr. Now, Carr totaled just 7 snaps over the past 2 seasons, so he'll need to make an impact on special teams given the heated competition at wide receiver, which explains why his ass is on the punt return and possibly the kick, the punt return and kick return position. He got to make some kind of way. Because you got Emmanuel Butler, you got your Rashard Matthews, you got Cameron Meredith, you have Keith Kirkwood, you have, come on, man, LaJordan Humphreys, Sammy Cobbs Jr. That's everybody, man. And he looking at them dudes doing this. He said, man, I got to get my ass back here, make a play on the special teams. Excuse me. But also, doing 11 drills today, some said the play of the day went from, no doubt about it, went from Drew Brees to Jared Cook, who was starting to look good in camp. He provided another example of the connection. Now, during the 11-on drill, Cooks got between A.J. Klein and Von Bell right down the sideline. Brees spotted Cook coming open and threw the ball high and tight through the window where Cook could get it, and Cook made the jump as Klein and Bell attempted to defend and secure the ball with both hands before falling to the ground between Klein and Bell. So there is Cook and Brees getting it going like we knew they would. Now, Drew been without an excellent and elite tight end for some time. No disrespect for Ben Watson or Josh Hill, but it's a goddamn difference between Josh Hill and Ben Watson and Jared Cook. Come on now. But Drew's going to really enjoy playing with Jared Cook. I can tell you that much. But they're saying Brees, full trust in his receivers. You can anticipate where his hands will be and make the throws like he did with Cook. These are 2 sturdy veterans, dude. These are 2 real sturdy veterans. We know exactly where these guys are going to end up. Jared Cook and Drew are, they're going to build that synergy. They're going to build that harmony. And those guys that can continue to contribute. But that's the news and the notes on day 3. And some of those news and notes came by way of NOLA.com. Also, a few observations as well. And, of course, you can see, you can go on if you want to see the highlights for yourself and some of the plays, you can feel free to go on the NewOrleansSaints.com website. They have the highlight reel of what happened today as well if you guys haven't seen it for yourselves. So that's really interesting, very interesting. But this is the crazy part is we looking at the absolute just straight up play of how the Saints are just handling business in camp. They have it not, they got a pissed off edge, I won't say, man, about what the heck going on. And the Saints just got a pissed off edge. They're playing with an edge. They've been screwed around the last couple of years. I'm saying we have been screwed around the last couple of years. Minnesota nightmare debacle in the dome. And then just the whole time Roger Goodell been here, we've been screwed around the whole damn time. So, come on. It just sucks. Crass, what's happening, baby? Who that to you? He Crass in the building. Derek says he's excited about Rashard Matthews. Man, only thing I can tell you, man, is that I'm telling you, man, it's going to be awesome, man. I'm telling you, family, looking good. But anyway, let's get into our next topic. We're going to talk about Emmanuel Butler. We talked about a little bit of it today on Emmanuel Butler and his possibility of making the team. To be quite honest with you, if Emmanuel Butler keeps doing what the hell he's been doing, he's a shoo-in. Because if you look at what the Saints have behind the established 3, I don't know if I can say established 3, but you have, from a contractual standpoint, they're going to get the deal done with Mike Thomas. Then you got Ted Ginn Jr., who maybe a year or so left before he's out of here. You got Traquan Smith coming behind him. And then really behind them, you got guys like Keith Kirkwood and all these guys that you don't know what you got. So you can understand the infatuation the Saints have with trying to find a big, talented receiver behind those guys, a guy like Tre'Quan Smith, and finding a speedster. Deontay Harris or Cyril Grayson are guys that you could possibly look at and say to yourself, well, man, I could see those guys as participating and to the Saints moving ahead into the future. So the Saints are kind of, they're not just nearsighted team. They also look to add people, behind the stars to kind of solidify and, I mean, it's just, you can see that it's something good. Now, Emmanuel Butler, we talked about Emmanuel Butler, but if you remember on past podcasts, right, it was really Sammy Cobbs Jr. Now, Sammy Cobbs Jr. been looking good too. But the media machine is behind. They're running behind Emmanuel Butler. They're moving behind Emmanuel Butler. And I'm like to myself, Sammy Cobbs is doing a good job too. How about Sammy Cobbs Jr.? He's doing a pretty good job. How about Keith Kirkwood, who stepped in for Mike Thomas? So, let's be kind of fair, But I guess we're going to roll for the interest. Let's go with what they're talking about with Emmanuel Butler. Now, he made a splash, and it's been a few days that he's been kind of shining on him. And we just really excited to have a big wide receiver that can catch after having Brandon Coleman. After having a bum like Brandon Coleman running around here all this time. We just like, oh, man, we got a big wide receiver that can catch. We got a big-ass wide receiver that can catch. Oh, my goodness. Brandon freaking Coleman. But Emmanuel Butler, man, has really been making some heads. Now, let's look at it. He says, now, I've covered the brother. He's out of northern Arizona. Now, he missed most of his senior season with a shoulder injury. But in his 5th year, he came back and he rewrote the record books. He had a pretty good star-studded 2018 season. Then he went undrafted because the scouts, now this is out of Emmanuel Butler's own mouth. Emmanuel was basically, he told the press that they told him that he wasn't fast enough to be a wide receiver and he wasn't big enough to be a tight end. Now, remember, out of high school, now a lot of y'all might not know this, but Emmanuel Butler out of high school was a tight end. He was a tight end in high school. He played tight end there. And he made the jump when he went to Northern Illinois, but he couldn't find anybody in the school didn't want to give him any respect and put the man in there. You dig what I'm coming from? They didn't want to play him because they said, oh, well, you weren't fast enough. And the scouts was telling them that over and over again. But the man could catch. You got all these guys. I don't know what them damn scouts be thinking about sometimes. I really don't. I don't know what the hell wrong with them, But you telling a man, a brother like Emmanuel Butler, hey, dude, you ain't big enough, you ain't heavy enough to be a tight end, and you ain't fast enough to be a wide receiver. Well, that dumb scout should have understood and knew that not all wide receivers are fast. As great as Mike Thomas is not a 4.3 dude, Jason said, what's his 40 time? I'm going to look it up for you. But I know he didn't run a very good 40 time. But I remember it for some times. But the speed is not the thing with Emmanuel Butler, though, Jason. That's not the thing with him. It's the fact that this guy he was highly productive at Northern, where was he came from? Northern Arizona. And the Lumberjacks. Yep, that's it, the Lumberjacks. So, he was a guy, man, a lot of people just kind of passed over his agent. He said his agent called him and said the Saints are interested. Won't you try them? And he was quoted as saying, I don't like to sit down and be sad about it, Butler said, of going undrafted. I kind of actually enjoyed it because it's pushing me to work harder. He said a few months later, the Saints came a-calling. But after that, he hauled in numerous acrobatic catches during the first 3 days of practice, including one over a 7-year defensive end, Kayvon Webster, that happened today. And he also said Butler is somebody everybody knows. You got a guy that's 6'4", 220 pounds, making catches. And then there's no other wide receiver on the roster taller than him except for LaJordan Humphreys. And LaJordan Humphreys is 6'4", 225 pounds. We haven't heard anything from him as of yet, and he was pretty good too as well. So the Saints, man, I'm really kind of, I'm kind of excited about this. Now, this is his college production here from the Butler. He compiled a whopping 3,217 career yards. He had 33 touchdowns. Did you hear me, family? The man had 33 touchdowns over there. 33 touchdowns. 33 touchdowns. Did I say 33 touchdowns? The man had 33 touchdowns and over 3,000 production, yards worth of production. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this team has been, the Saints, like I said, and somebody just gave him a shout out. School, big ups to you for shouting out Ireland. That was a tremendous signing of what they're bringing this kid in. Not just Butler, but LaJordan Humphreys got the potential to be something excellent for the Saints. And it just shows you the level of what the Saints are really willing to do. And I mean, for years we've covered this team. Years. And we're like, why the hell is this guy here? Why the hell is this guy here? Why the hell is that guy here? Why the hell is he doing this, that, and the third? And this year, the last couple of years, the Saints have really looked, they have really been absolutely proactive in attacking the holes as opposed to say, we're just going to sit back and we're going to play and do our due diligence. No, that's not what they're doing. The Saints are actually proactively attacking all of the holes of the team and the things that are left. Now, I say that because I've been saying it for a long time about the kick return and punt return aspect. We get kind of cloudy with that. We have a solid kicker in Will Lutz, who's one of the top or highest paid kicker in the league. Some told me in the history of the league. You got Thomas Morstead, man, that is a Hall of Fame punter. Thomas Morstead, you can't tell me nothing about Thomas Morstead. That's a Hall of Fame dude. And then at the end of the day, Will Lutz, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be up there too. So I'm saying, family, if you look at it, it's just the only things about the Saints special teams, and I've been focusing on, remember they brought in Coach Dan Rizzi. They reworked the whole special teams room. They got out of there Bradford Banter and Weishaupt and the rest of those dudes. They got them up out of there. So y'all, peace to the fam. Y'all up out of here. And they brought in Rizzi, who was leading top 10 units with the Miami Dolphins as far as special teams are concerned. And so like, well, Q, why are you so excited about special teams? Because I understand the importance of having a good special teams unit, man, especially when you're talking about kick return and punt return. And then we went, remember the show, one of the live streams, family, maybe Crash, you probably remember, and Adrian, y'all probably remember. It was a while back. Derek, I think you might have been on there. A while back when I just went on the spiel about the special teams and having a guy that can actually return these punts and kicks and give the Saints offense a sharp field to work with. And I went back and said, when the last time we had a guy that returned a kick for a touchdown? And then the family said, well, I think it was a punt return. See, we went over this whole thing. And it was over 5-something years or something. I think it was, what's his name? Marcus Murphy. Marcus Murphy was the last one that returned, I think, what was a kick return for a touchdown. Marcus Murphy. Do y'all remember Marcus Murphy? You know how long ago that was? And then we talk about the punt return. Alvin Kamara did that, a couple years ago. He returned one back for a touchdown. But damn, we averaging what? 2 years every punt return, kick return, a punt return touchdown? The last time we had a kick return touchdown, it was years. So every couple of years, we're going to get these punt. And I'm saying, even if that's special, I see them all the time when you go through the season. Some son of a guns returning them kick returns and punt returns for touchdowns all the time. You used to hear Chris Berman say, "Ye can go all the way." Kick return, punt return. Never a Saint man. So I'm like, man, let's get that together with Sean Payton. Them credit to the team is doing. They've actually doing it. Deontay Harris is a legendary kick return, a special teams returner in college, broke all the records. So let's see if he can do it in the pros. Marcus Shrells was huge. They gave Marcus Shrells a bag of potato chips, 6 coupons to Kmart, and a couple $100,000. And he said, "I'm gonna be a Saint." So basically, you might as well give him 3 sacks of potatoes and 3 oranges. And last year's Madden game, and he came aboard the team. That's how bad he wanted to be on here. So. But I'm kind of just messing with that. But I'm just saying, family, I'm just saying that's an aspect we got to pay attention, as important as most aspects, to the thing. Who that, Frank? What's up? Devin's in the building. Big ups from ATL in the building he's amongst all those dirty birds, them stinking, rotten, dirty birds out there. Who that to you, Devin? I see you, baby. Pagan 180 is in the building. Who that to you, sir? As he comes in the building. So we got a few more Saints family joining us here. Jermaine, who that, baby? I see you. And that's what we talking about. Now, to kind of flash back to the Emmanuel Butler type deal. I'm really excited about the Emmanuel Butler deal. I know he's not very fast, but it's a difference between straight line speed, and playing fast speed. You get what I'm saying, family? And, man, let me tell you something. The Saints are doing big things. Big things. Crash said, LOL, Marcus Murphy. They thought Marcus Murphy was going to be the next Sproles, man. What you talking about? Man, they got him out of here real quick. But that's the thing, though, fam, we're looking at. Emmanuel Butler, big signing, big ups to Emmanuel Butler, making noise. Let's see if he can continue to do it and do what he's supposed to do. But I liked his production, man. You can't take away from that. A player with over 3,100 yards in receiving yards and 33 touchdowns in his playing career in college says a lot to me, says a lot to me. You telling me this young man wasn't capable of being a 7th-round draft pick? Well, what the hell wrong with y'all saying, deciding on that? But anywho, that's Emmanuel Butler, man, and we're going to keep an eye out on him. He continued to burn it up in training camp, family. Okay, now let's move on. It's kind of perusing to the next topic of discussion I wanted to hit y'all with, and that's the Saints tryouts that they've been utilizing during this last few days. Now, the Saints have signed a few guys. They brought in Ziggy Hood, and Ziggy Hood's basically going to fill in that reserve spot at the defensive tackle spot behind Sheldon Rankins, and there'll be a battle there between him and Tyler Rankins, David Onyemata. It's actually David Onyemata, but Ziggy provides depth behind him. He could play either or those defensive spots. But they brought him in. They brought another guy in who's I think it's just a camp body. Both he and TJ Moore, they're big safeties. The Saints love size. Sean Payton loves size in his safeties, and he loves size in his wide receivers. The safeties, he got two big ones. Terrell Williams, who I don't know if y'all know Terrell Williams. He was a former 49er player. If you don't know, family, you can go to ourlads.com, right? Ourlads.com is an excellent resource that I use. What they'll do, if you don't have a full Saints depth chart yet, and you want to know all the players that's on the Saints depth chart this year, this year, and you learn it, ourlads.com, and find the Saints and hit the depth chart. And you'll pull up a complete updated depth chart, and that way you could be able to follow exactly who's on the team and what they're doing. You won't know about guys like John Urick and Marcus Henry and Geno Grissom, and you might know about Shy Tuttle or Colton Jumper or Christian Campbell, but these are even Ricky Jefferson. So some of these guys that are on the team you might not know about, that's really not going to, that you'll know about those guys. But Terrell Williams was a guy the Saints picked up. He's about a 6'3" guy. So is this TJ Green guy. And like I said, I think Coach Payton likes those big safeties in the 6'3", 6'4" mode. These are big safeties, almost basically safety linebackers, guys that come across there and knock your ass out. But this is one of the things that, Coach Payton likes. He likes that Cam Chancellor mode safety. And who wouldn't, man? Who wouldn't love a safety like Cam Chancellor running around there just delivering the knockout blows, But the Saints are being really proactive. Now, remember we had to talk about Darren Sproles. He ultimately decided to go elsewhere to the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, guess what happened? The Detroit Lions said we're going to release Theo Riddick, who spent the past 6 years up there and was cut Saturday. What happened? The Saints said, oh, crap, Theo Riddick, and brought him in for a trial today. He's healthy, but Riddick is the only running back in the NFL to have over 300 receiving yards of each of the past 5 seasons. His best season was in 2015. He caught 80 passes for 697 yards. That is pretty damn good. That's pretty good. 80 catches. That's almost Elvin Kamara-ish. To that level of production from the receiver position. Basically, the guy is really good. Now, he rushed for 1,023 yards and 5 touchdowns in Detroit, where he played his entire career. And Riddick is just as dangerous as a receiver, as I said. as he is as a running back. He caught 285 passes for 2,238 yards and 14 touchdowns. 2,238 yards and 14 touchdowns. This guy is production. Now, he was a 6th-round pick out of Notre Dame, kind of a scat back guy. And the Saints might have a role for this guy. What's up, Trey? Welcome to the live stream, baby. So I don't understand, man. It's you're looking at him and you're saying to yourself, we have this man. We have Theo Riddick coming in. Now, what Theo Riddick provides for the Saints is obvious. It's obvious what he provides. If you look at how the Detroit Lions utilized him, what he provides is a person that can really make some things happen, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to tell you like it is, family. I mean, that level of production that's excellent, real excellent. So what it comes down to is this. The Saints are trying him out, and they're trying him out. They're trying him out. Why? Why would they be interested in a running back like Theo Riddick at this stage of, camp? I thought you have Buck Allen. Dada said, I agree, Sean, his volume is low. Big Q, can you turn up the mic, bro? Hold on here, family. Let me see if I can get it loud for you. Let's see here. See if I can turn it up. All right. Hold on here. Maybe I'm going to have to get a little closer to it, fam. How's that? Is that any better? Is that any better, family? Hold on here. All right, how's that, family? Is that any better? Gonna keep rocking with it, family. But this is the thing, man, that I wanted to talk about dealing with Theo Riddick. The Saints trying him out, but they might have a hole there. And like I said earlier in the live stream, you might have a hole there because of the fact that Buck Allen is missing. Now, what the hell is wrong with Buck Allen? What's wrong with Buck Allen? Guess what? Buck Allen's not there. So Theo, I tell you, boy, NFL a hard business, man. It's a hard business. Elite Gods, who that to your family? Welcome to the live stream. Man, to me, man, it's a hard ass business in the NFL. Buck Allen is hurt right now. They won't disclose his injury, but Sean Payton saying Theo Riddick. We looking at Theo Riddick. Remind me if I ever get a chance to be in the NFL, never to get hurt. Remind me of that, family. Oh, my goodness. But yes, man, yes. Theo Riddick is a possibility. The Saints trying him out. He is healthy, and he fits everything that the Saints like in a running back. A guy that can run the ball, a scat back with good hands that can catch the ball. He could do a series of things. I actually really, really, really like Theo Riddick. And, man, if the Saints can get Theo Riddick and plug him in, we might say bye-bye to Buck Allen or one of the other lesser bats like Matt Days, who's a long shot to make the team anyway. But, man, I tell you what, man, the Saints continue. My goodness. If you had Theo Riddick back there with what they got, oh, my goodness. What, man, could y'all just clap? Come on, family. Clap with me. Clap with me. We're going to clap for Sean Payton, y'all. Clap with me. We're gonna clap for Sean Payton and Mickey Mouse Loomis and Jeff Ireland, family. Could we clap for those guys? Come on, family. Let's clap it up, man. Because that is excellent. You're getting could you imagine what Theo Riddick does with Alvin Kamara if the Saints say we sign him? I mean, you talk about a back that complements Alvin Kamara. I mean, he's a running back receiver. That's basically what Theo Riddick is, and to a larger degree, a more balanced form of what Alvin Kamara is. Man, I tell you, man, we got it, family. I'm excited, y'all. Dada, are you excited, fam? Crass, come on, Adrian. Come on, Jason, Sean. Come on, family. Aren't y'all excited about this? I mean, they haven't signed him yet. He's like, Q, you might be a little premature on that. But it's just the possibility of what we looking at. If Sean Payton signs this man and Mickey Mouse Loomis signs this man, yes, Reddit. Yes, Reddit Elite. If they sign this man and plug him next to Elvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, yes, yep, from Detroit. Theo Reddit is in camp trying out for the Saints today. We'll hear about a word on it real soon. There's nothing wrong with Theo Reddit. He's healthy. It's all a matter of contract, how much money you want. And the Saints, last time I checked, according to Sportrack.com, is that the Saints are working with they're working with just over $12 million in cap money. Revolt Radio, feel me? He feel me? He feel me? That's right, family. Dada, that's what I'm saying. Riddick and Kamara, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, family? And like I always like to go, yes, yes, yes. It's like if you're a Star Wars fam, y'all like Star Wars. I don't know if y'all do it. Now I grew up on Star Wars. My pops was a Trekkie. And you had the old Emperor, but they'll do that old sneaky voice. Good, very good, good. I said yes, yes. Because this is what it's gonna take, man, to win bowls. If Theo Reddit, you know what? Let me go back and reimpress upon the minds of the family about what a guy like Theo Reddit from the Detroit Lions brings to your team. Now, since he's the only running back in the NFL to have over 300 receiving yards of each of the past 5 seasons. His best season was in 2015. He caught 80 passes for 697 yards. Did you hear what I said? Did you just hear what I said? The man caught 80 passes in 1 year. 80 passes. You don't catch that many passes unless you're a hell of a running back. I said a running back wide receiver. Thank you, Scoob. We got to clap it up for Coach Payton and Jeff Ireland, baby, because they doing it, man. They are actually doing it. They are serious about winning the Super Bowl. They're about giving Drew Brees as many weapons as it takes to stun the hell out of everybody in the NFL so that nobody can mock us. You think about what we did last year with a 13-3 goddamn record and one wide receiver running around, Ted Ginn Jr. hurt, and we got a bunch of guys running around there running into each other. Don't know what the hell they doing. We got a tight end by committee approach. You know what? I'm going to pull up the stats. Let me do that, family. Give me a second here. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to pull up the stats on the Saints here. Because I want to re-impress upon the minds of the fam of what we dealing with here. Now, of course, we know Mike's not in the building in terms yet, but he will be, trust and believe. Last year, the Saints were awesome. Now, let's look at some of the statistics from last year. And we're going to look at some of the player stats for who was the top dog as far as the receiving go. Now, you and I both know. Give me a second here, fam. Let me pull it up here. Okay. Let's see here. But you and I both know here where I'm going at with this. And I'm going there with this because I got to take it there, baby. I got to take it there. And this is the thing. And people comparing Emmanuel Butler to Marcus Colston, man. That's big praise to heap on anybody, man. But I'm surprised Detroit let Theo Riddick out the building. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, what is Detroit trying to be the next Cleveland Browns? I don't understand. But if you look at last year's statistics for the team, and I got them pulled up here. Now, as far as the wide receiving statistics go, for 2018, Michael Thomas played 16 games, had 125 catches, but the man ain't elite. You got stupid graybeards and boxing analysts trying to cover football talking about Michael Thomas is not elite. The man, in 16 games, caught 125 passes. Now, guess what? And if he was perfect, he would have had 147 of them. Because that's how many times he was targeted. So they targeted him 147 times. He came up with 125 of them. That's absolutely insane. But anyway, Mike led the way, 125 catches. The only man even close to him was Alvin Kamara with 81 of them, 81 catches, and he's a running back. And Alvin actually missed the game too. But the closest wide receiver to Michael Thomas, and this is a shame, but I got to tell you, is Traquan Smith with 28 catches. Actually, no, hold on. Benjamin Watson had 35. So it's 35 catches. Ben Watson had 35. So that's a tight end. But I guess you could say tight end wide receiver. But let's even go specificer and say, more specific and say wide receiver. What next wide receiver was close to Michael Thomas? It was Traquan Smith. 28 freaking catches. Now, had he caught most of his stuff, they targeted him 44 times. That would have been respectable. We'd have north of 40 catches on the rookie season. But 28 catches in 15 games is pretty pathetic, Traquan. But outside of that, behind him, it was Mark Ingram was 21. Ted Ginn came back. He had 17. Josh Hill, 16. Keith Kirkwood, 13. Dan, I ain't going to mention his name, 12. Austin Carr, 9. Cam Meredith, 9. Okay? So you see what I'm hitting at. You see what I'm hitting at in the importance. Actually, that served two important factors. Number one, it lets people know how important Mike Thomas is to the offense because the Saints were still a top 5, top 10 unit, offensively speaking, despite the fact that they didn't have a competent second wide receiver. That was Alvin Kamara with 81 catches, but the other wide receiver with 125 grabs was Mike Thomas. So, but I'm saying that to say this. Imagine what happens then when you provide more of a solid option catching the ball like a Theo Riddick with Alvin Kamara. Jared Cook is going to make noise. Then you got a healthy Ted Ginn Jr. Then you got Rashard Matthews. Man, come on, baby. Come on. You can't disrespect us anymore. We got to do it. So when it comes down to family, is that everything that we do here with the Saints, you got to give them credit. We've been really making some moves. So right now, there's no word on the Theo Riddick signing. This is all just me just going over it, being excited about it, because it makes so much sense if you can be able to lay it out like that. I mean, come on. David feels me. David says facts. It's excellent, man. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I love it. But anyway, family, I'm just excited today, man, about the propensity of what the Saints could bring. I like Emmanuel Butler. I like these young wide receivers. They stepping up. Sammy Cobbs Jr. is there as well, making plays happen. LeJordan Humphreys is going to be a guy we bring into the fold. He's going to do some things. We got some talent here, man. We got some talent, baby. And I just really like that, man. So it's interesting, man, you look at it. But anyway, family, another signing the Saints were looking at, they tried out another player, offensive lineman Patrick Omameh. I'm going to just say it like that. Omameh. It kind of sounds African, but we'll say it's Patrick Omameh, who worked out Sunday with a source. He's 6'4", 327 pounds, big fellow. He split time with the Giants and the Jaguars. He was entered the league in 2013 as an undrafted free agent out of Michigan. He played with the Niners. He also had time he spent with the Buccaneers, the Bears, and Jaguars. So you got a journeyman offensive lineman, still young, 29 years of age. He joined the Giants back in 2018 on a 3-year deal. Started his first 6 games of the season at right guard before being released. And on his career, Omameh has appeared in 67 games with 56 starts, mostly at the guard position. And he is the second known player expected to work out. Of course, we covered Theo Riddick, which I'm very excited about. So what does that mean? What does that mean, family? Omameh and Riddick? 2 journeymen in the prime of their careers? You know? What does that mean? I don't know, man. You can't say they camp bodies. I can't get up here and tell you, hey, man, no, man, Omameh is going to be a camp body. And this other guy is going to be a camp body too. No, I can't tell you, Theo Reddick. You need to turn me off. If you ever heard me sit up here and say the Saints looking at Theo Reddick, they signed him to be a camp body. Turn me off and unsubscribe immediately. It's Theo Reddick to me is really exciting because what they're going to bring to the team is going to be excellent. I just love that. Theo Reddick, what he brings. The Saints sign him, which I think I got a good feeling on this that is. They're not going to let Theo Reddick get out that building. And the mere fact that the Saints were able to get Theo Reddick right after Detroit released him, they just released him on Friday or Saturday, and the Saints had him down here on Sunday? The speed and proficiency of them getting him here let me know that they're serious about getting him here to see if he's healthy. Why would they release him? Let's give him a physical. If he passes the physical, man, go with it. Go with it. You run him. Get Theo Reddick back there and Pam with Alvin Kamara. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Man, I'm excited, family. As you can tell, I'm excited. I'm excited. But this Omamah, what y'all think about Patrick Omamah? You think he's a camp body? I don't think so. You look at the Saints depth chart, and you look at the position that Omamah plays. He's a guard. He has some competition. They got Ryan Groy, and then McGroy came in from Buffalo. He's the guy looking to make the team. You got Michael Ola, who plays tackle guard. He's in there. You got Cameron Tom, who plays guard at center. You know he's going to make the team if he stays healthy. We have Will Clapp in there or not. I remember hearing an article about Will Clapp possibly being in trouble. Is Marcus Henry in there? Undrafted rookie Derek Kelly, who's a long shot as well. But if you look at Patrick Omamah, you bring him in there, kind of solidifies things a bit. But you might be looking. Who are you looking at? He could possibly be a depth signing. I don't know what they're looking at with him, especially when you got a guy like Nick Easton, who ultimately is going to be a guard. You know, I don't think Eric McCoy is not going to take that job. I think Eric McCoy is your center. He's going to be the center. Saints brought him in. He's going to be the center. And Nick Easton is a guy that could be a backup center, but he's more likely a guard than he is a center. So Omamah could possibly be a depth signing. Could be a guy that fights for position. You never know. Guys get hurt. Guys lose favors. Guys fall out. You never know. But I have to give the Saints credit, man, on a major scale about both of these things. I have to really say I'm really happy about both of those things. So it's interesting, man. We covered those two things as well. Now, before I proceed and hit you with some of these interviews, family, let's listen to some. Let me go into some of y'all comments over here and see what some of you guys are talking about here in the live stream. Let's see here. What are you guys talking about over here? I'm sorry, I've been going on. Dada said, Big Q, we told them about Butler before camp. We did speak about Emmanuel Butler. We talked about his production. We talked about his size. You're right, Dada. We covered it. We hit him hard about it. We had some people came in and was educating us on Sammy Cobbs Jr. too, because I remember Sammy Cobbs doing the things he did. And the fam told me, they corrected me. I thought he came off the Tampa Bay staff for whatever reason, but you said, nah, Q from Washington. I said, oh yeah, that's right, Washington. So yes, the guy, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, man, he's got the eye of the coach. You know, he's got the media, the local media, and the fan support. He's got that. He's won. That's 3 of the 3. Only thing he has to do is keep doing what he's doing. He's going to make this team. He's going to make the team. You know, because you look at Cameron Merritt is the guy I picked to kind of fall out of here. But, you know, Rashard Matthews, haven't heard too much on Rashard Matthews as of yet either, but it's still very much early in the game. Devin Frank says any half-decent running back will be good with Kamara. I get you. You're right. But, man, that guy, Riddick, man, Theo Riddick is more than just halfway decent. That guy is actually – that's a really nice pairing if you want to pair somebody with similar receiver skills and ability to get out the backfield. I mean, he's a pretty decent running back in terms of running in between, scat back, not a fine holes. That is a value signing if the Saints can get this guy here and sign him. I absolutely would love that. I would love having Theo Riddick here because I've said this before, family. He provides insurance. He provides insurance for the Saints if something was to happen to Alvin Kamara. If Alvin Kamara gets hurt, he provides insurance for them. That's what he does. He provides insurance for Alvin Kamara. He also makes sure Alvin Kamara doesn't get hurt. And I mean, doesn't be overused in the system. He gives them a chance to kind of take a break. And I've been saying that for a long time. Now, the only thing the Saints have to do to address the third pass rusher position, and we ready to roll here, baby. Now, if you see Muhammad Wilkerson climb up in here the next day or two, you'd be like, oh, my goodness, the Saints ready to win a Super Bowl again. They ready to go at it. They ready to push over the top and go for what needs to be done, you know. So, you know, like I said, man, let me ask y'all this, though, fam. Where are all my Keith Kirkwood people at? I hear Sam McCabe Jr. is the truth. I hear Emmanuel Butler is the dog, you know, is a beast. Where are my Keith Kirkwood people? You know, my Keith Kirkwood people are even more silent than my Austin Carr people. I don't think Austin Carr got no people. I don't know, man. But Keith Kirkwood, man, Keith Kirkwood did show up. He played in place of Mike Thomas while he's out. And he did a pretty admirable job. He didn't blow you away, by the way. But he did enough. Scoob say right here, Keith Shrine and Temple. That's right, baby. But you by yourself, though, cuz, to be honest with you. Where my Keith Kirkwood people at? That's what it comes down to, family. But anyway, that's the great thing about it, man. We just got to keep on pushing this here thing, man. The Saints looking for talent high and low and doing everything they're supposed to do to make sure that we get back to the bowl, baby. We need another bowl, man. And hold on, isn't the Super Bowl in Miami this year? Is that true, family? Is the Super Bowl in Miami this year? Where's the Super Bowl this year? Where is it at this year? February the 2nd, 2020. Where is the Super Bowl this year going to be held? Where is it at, family? Is it in Florida again? Where is the Super Bowl this year? Okay. Crash said yes. Is that yes to it being in? I don't know where the hell it at this year. Is it in Miami this year, family? Is that where the Super Bowl at this year? Is it in Miami? Yep, South Florida. Yes, indeed. So, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Jason. Crass. So, you mean to sit up here and tell me, family, that the Super Bowl is going to be in South Florida this year? In South Beach this year? In Miami? Which happens to be the same spot that the last time the Super Bowl was played in Miami, Florida. Wasn't it the New Orleans Saints kicked the Indianapolis Colts butts and won their first trophy? How fitting would it be after these two massive, disgusting, garbage time playoff situations that we actually get somewhere and we get back to the bowl? Man, come on now. Could y'all see this unraveling? Do y'all see this unraveling? Do y'all see this unraveling? Do y'all see this, family? Am I the only one seeing this? The Super Bowl in Miami, the Saints bringing anybody else they could. Are we headed to a second Super Bowl here in Miami, family? We about to win our second Super Bowl in Miami, family. You hear what I'm saying? Daquan feeling me. You hear me, family? Come on. Come on. This is destiny, baby. Who that? Who that? Who that, baby? Miami, Florida. The Super Bowl is going to happen in Miami, Florida this year. The last time the Super Bowl happened in Miami, Florida, we was the ones that kicked the Colts' butt and took it from them. Native son Peyton Manning took it from them. Tracy Porter, interception all the way, pick six, baby. Super Bowl, baby. I got brothers, man. My brothers don't even watch football. I made them watch the Super Bowl that time. They reminded me that like a couple years ago. Say, we don't watch that much football, but you remember you made us watch the whole Super Bowl. I say, yeah, man, y'all sit down and watch that. That's history, baby. Reggie says, what's up, Reggie? Who that? Reggie says, poetic justice. That's right, baby. Who that? Miami. Super Bowl in Miami. Guess who gonna be there? The black and gold gonna represent 2 for 2 in Miami, baby. That's right. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. It got me amped up in here today. I'm always amped. But I'm super amped today because my team looking good. Your team looking good. Man, come on, Saints Nation. Come on, black and gold family. Y'all know what time it is, man. The Super Bowl in Miami. The black and gold will be in the building. And we're going to make sure of that, baby. We'll be cheering them the whole damn way. Come on, who that, family? Man, who that? That's what I'm talking about, family. That's beautiful, man. You know, and it's the great. See, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that the Super Bowl was in Miami. I didn't even realize it. But it's crazy to me, man, that, you know, I'm talking about Theo Riddick. What up, Sean? Welcome to the live screen, baby. Who that? But I'm really passionate about this whole situation because the Saints bringing in, man, and I keep telling y'all, the last couple of trials, the Saints slowly implemented bringing in veterans, Sylvester Williams, Kevon Webster, Rashard Matthews. Behind the back signings, bringing them in here and fitting them in position. The Saints saying they're not playing no games with this patient thing. You know? Theo Riddick gets dropped from the Detroit Lions on Saturday, I think it was, and then Sunday the goddamn dude sit up in the Saints training camp trying out. And I just read you the stats on Theo Riddick. You know, the Theo Riddick's a guy that's a scat back, is got a lot of similar stuff that Kamara does. Not as physical as Kamara. More of the scat back type, but as far as the receiving acumen that Kamara has, this guy is damn good. I love it. I love it, man. What up, Sean? Who that, baby? Crash say hit the button, hit it hard. That's right, family, hit it hard. Hit the like button, family. We black and gold nation. We're going to be this whole season, family. We this whole season. We've been talking Saints 5 years, family. 5 years of the Sports Coma covering the Saints. And I was listening to an old-ass show, like podcast number 4 or 5 or 15 or something like that. And we was covering one of the games. I think it was a loss against Carolina where the Saints lost like 23-20. And I was just on there just upset. You know, it's like I lost. You know, I was in the locker room like, man, how we losing? Like, you know, that's how I take it, family. You know, you lose. You watch the game, family. Y'all know like I know. You watch the game on Sunday, you lose, your Monday is shitty. You know that. Your Monday is shitty. They bet not tell you nothing out of line. You might Saint slap their ass. You know, you might Saint slap their ass. That's something I kind of came up with, family. You know, the Saint slap. Saint slap. Just slapped her. If we lose on Sundays, Mondays is a hard day in the city. You and I both know that. It's a hard time that Monday if we lose Sunday. We the black and gold nation. We ride with our team, man. You know? And if we got people talking shit, we just say we're gonna Saint slap the you know what out your ass. You know? Saint slap 'em. Slap. 3 guys on my Saint slap list, family. 3 of them. Saint slap the pitch out of Robert Goodell. Saint slapped the piss out of that crummy official who missed the call. And Saint slapped Max Kellerman's silly ass. Just slap just exercise, just exorcism slap the, you know. Oh my goodness. Having fun, family. I'm having fun on this Sunday. Having fun on this Sunday, family. Loving it. But anyway, I know they slap Scoob. The powers of God compel thee. They slapped the piss out your ass. The Saint slap, baby. Gotta bring it back. That's like Soul Saint. Like I told you, Soul Saint, when he feels something going on, Soul Saint put them gloves on. Old Soul Saint put them gloves on. Old Q said we're gonna do the Saints slap on their ass. That's what we gonna do. But family, seriously, I'm pumped about this, man. I'm big on, just the I see the destiny of the Saints. Last time we won the Super Bowl was in Miami, and it's interesting because I see it happening. I see how it's lining up, and I think it's gonna definitely happen. And most of the people say, "Oh, the Saints in the Super Bowl, Mike Thomas is gonna get his money. Everybody's healthy. Sheldon Rank is gonna come back on time." And I just like the fact that how Sean Payton and the staff are doing these terrific things to do what they got to do. That's right, Scoop. Saints slapped the piss out of Nate Burleson. Saints slapped the piss out of Maurice Jones-Drew. You got to bend down a little low. The Saints slap the piss out of Maurice Jones-Drew, because if you try to slap at him, you'll slap all the hat off his head. That's like slapping Kevin Hart. You got to get down real low and Saints slap the shit out of Maurice Jones-Drew. If you stand too tall, you'll slap all the damn hat off his head. So I mean, man, it's that's what's did. That's what I'm loving, family. I'm glad y'all feeling that energy. But I tell you what, man, I'm feeling it. I'm pumped about it. I love the moves. I love what the Black and Gold Nation is doing. I'm glad that you guys are here with me as we watch this and experience this going ahead, man. Really beautiful things going on with the Black and Gold Nation, baby. That's right, baby. But anyway, before we I want to play something for you, family. We're going to get a little Coach Payton in there and let the coach talk to you about today's training camp. Here's Coach Payton chiming in. Y'all guys, let me know if y'all can hear it. Here's the coach.
Well, look, we had a couple good periods. I thought they played well. We had a pressure period. Today was the first padded practice, and the key is for each side of the ball as that momentum swings back and forth throughout the course of the practice to be able to regain that. But overall, I thought we carried the pads well. We'll look at the film and see where we're at.
Coach, you sense a different energy, I guess, when the pads come on?
Yeah, it's different. You're able to do more things that really are specific to the game. So clearly it's different. It was a little bit warmer. Thought we managed the heat okay. But yeah, I think the level of the type of practice you have changes once you're in full gear.
First time you saw Eric McCoy in pads, what did you think?
Good. We'll look at the tape, but it was good. It's good. He's strong. He's a physical player.
Have you been? I mean, as far as an evaluation,
it's too early. Anything else?
When you're working on the running game and you have a run period versus when you have a run play in a team period, isn't that advantageous to the defense, because they have 12 run plays in that?
Yeah, if you're in a 9-on-7 drill and obviously you're going to get 12 run plays in a row, you're still playing a front. The safeties are back, and so those guys are just coming in late to fill. But both sides are getting something from how to handle strong side, weak side. Is it split flow? Is it the backfield sets? And when you get into the team settings, then you're defending a little bit more. But so there's a progression.
That's Coach Payton, man, breaking it down from today's camp. Give me a little information on that. And of course, Coach Payton is he is as pumped as I am, man. I just love what is going on. Carlos, what's happening, baby? Carlos said the dat slap. I like it. I like the dat slap. We're going to dat slap the hell out of the Atlanta Falcons fans if they get up in here and try to cause some problems. Talk crap to the Saints people, dat slap their ass. The Carolina Panthers want to act crazy, dat slap their ass. Roger Goodell gets a permanent pass forever, eternal dat slapping. Every time he turn around, I just slap the piss out of him. I slap the piss around. I slap the piss out of Roger Goodell so much he'll turn into a tornado every time he turn around. Psh, psh, psh. like a spinning top. But anyway, the dad slap, I love it, man. But you know, that's we excited, man. You know, I'm excited, family. And I'm just happy the fact that we as a team, man, we're able to put the pieces together like never before. As Coach Payton's getting a little older, I'm starting to realize, you know, as Coach Payton gets older, you know, 20 plus years in the NFL, been here with the Saints for a while too. And I just love the fact that Coach Payton is, you know, how him and Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland and the staff are all working together with the mindset to win the Super Bowl. Now, it might be the finality of the fact that Drew Brees is at 40 years old and coming to the end of his career, perhaps. And that could be a factor in why the Saints are pressing as well to try to get some things done. You never know. But I just really appreciate what the Saints are doing in terms of getting everything together. I just love it so much. I just got to tell you. But anyway, before I get back into talking about that, here's Taysom Hill to talk about what he did today.
How do you feel your progression as a passer is coming along just in this past offseason and this offseason and heading into this?
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident, you know, playing inside the offense right now than I did last year, and then obviously rookie year coming here. I think the progression as a quarterback, you get more time on task inside the offense, and you get more confidence. You know, getting up to the line of scrimmage, things start to slow down a little bit, and I think that's the great challenge of this game for a quarterback is getting to the point where you can play fast enough and take the mental part out of the game.
As you look around the league, and because obviously it is a copycat, there's always a lot of talk. The next Taysom Hill, you know, whenever a backup quarterback or another quarterback is versatile, what kind of sense of pride do you get when you hear your name attached to that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think about it about too much. I like creating other opportunities for guys, you know, like myself in the NFL, and it's not an easy league to make it in, and if you can create opportunities for guys that can do different things, like, you know, that's been a really cool thing, and I know I've had a lot of fun with it. And so I look across the NFL and other guys that are asked to do similar things, and man, it's a lot of fun to just be out on the field competing.
For example,
Trey, that's Taysom Hill, man, the utility man. Taysom Hill is the utility man. That's old school, man. That's old school. If y'all listen to Ghetto Boys, y'all probably remember that. But anyway, what's up, Tremal? Tremal's in the building. What up, Tremal? Good to hear from you, fam. What's up, Charles? I see you, baby. I see you. This is the thing, man. You know, see, I just got off my special teams kick. Now, this is the great thing about this damn team. We gonna talk about Will Lutz, talk about Thomas Morstead, top players, and Morstead's a Hall of Famer. When it's all said and done, you put Thomas Morstead in the damn Hall of Fame. You and I both know that. I mean, you could basically say the man got an arm, he got a hand for a foot. I mean, you couldn't take the ball and take your hand and throw the ball down the field and place it inside the 20 even closer. It's almost like he's throwing the ball down there when he punted. A master directional punter is Thomas Morstead. Hall of Famer. Hands down Hall of Famer. When it's all said and done, Will Lutz is going to be there too. So we got that solved after years of craziness at the position. Got all them old coordinators out of here, Bradford Banner, Westhoff. All you guys, peace out. See you later. New coach down here know what the hell he doing in the special teams room. Saints bring in all the kick returners and punt returners and start focusing on kick returning and punt returning. You know, they have the guys on special teams that's excellent. Craig Robertson, excellent special teams dude. Justin Hardy, excellent special teams dude. Chris Banjo, excellent special teams dude. Vince Bigel, excellent special teams dude. Should I go on and on? Excellent special teamers. But what you're lacking at? Kick off, kick return men, punt return men. What the Saints do? Bring Marcus Shrells in here. Top 5 punt return in the league last few years. Know what he doing back there. Kickoff men. Best kickoff man in the history of the NCAA. Saints got him on the team. Cyril Grayson might have a gift at it. We'll see. But also, too, family, to throw this in there, Theo Riddick does kick return, too. Imagine that. If signed. Imagine that. But should we forget how? How? Like a chief, like a Native American chief. How? How do we forget Taysom Hill? How? How do we forget Taysom Hill? How? Taysom Hill, the utility knife, the Swiss Army knife. That's a quarterback, running back, tight end, kick returner, punt returner, everything. How do we forget Taysom Hill? You throw him up in there and you tell me what. What up, Lionel? Welcome to the live stream, baby. Who that? That's what I'm saying, baby. Most people, like I remember before they fired Greg McMahon, I remember listening to that show, that same show I was telling you all about. It was the Carolina show when they had that goof. Remember that goof they had on the special teams when they had the botched punts on the kickoff and all that foolishness, and everybody was like, "What up?" And I said, listen, most of these people don't even know who the hell that special teams coach is. I said, when I do this show, they're going to all be calling for him to be fired. We did the show, and a few days later, all of them called him to be fired. It don't work out that way, but sometimes you just be right ahead of the curve. Sometimes, that's how it be sometimes, because we all kind of tap into the same mental reservoir, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you might get it before others get it, and then once they get it, then it'll just take off and go around. But that's what I'm saying, is that I recognize as the special team was the last thing that the Saints had to do to fix this team. The last damn thing they had to do to fix this team. The last thing. And now they're looking at kick returners, punt returners, hey, what have you. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Saints, man, this is a bowl year. You can't tell me Sean Payton looking at that Miami Super Bowl and saying, good grief, man. You realize that the last time the Super Bowl was held in South Florida, we were in it. We was in, and we held in Miami, in South Beach. The Saints in there, and they whipped on the Colts, took it from them. The great Peyton Manning, the native son. We did that. This is the year we're cycling back. Destiny, family. Destiny. Yes. I just love it, man. I'm just a Saints man through and through, man. I'm a passionate Saints fan, and so are most of you guys. What's happening, Larry? What's good, baby? Who that? You in the building. Taysom's the tank. That's right, Charles. I got to give it to you, brother. That's right. Crash says 7-on-7 drills. Grayson ran right by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson today. If Cyril can get his hands together, he can showcase that world-class speed. Remember who also had world-class speed but never could get it together? Devery Henderson. You remember that? Good grief. Devery Henderson made me want to Saint slap him all the time. If there was a Saint slap back in, I would have Saint slapped the piss out of Devery Henderson too. Because he just made me so upset. He'll drop the easy ones but catch the hard ones. I was like, good grief, man. If this guy could ever get his hands together, he would be a top-notch wide receiver. He never could get it together. Crazy. Scoop says Sean Payton addressing the special teams because he knows we're going to the big dance. That's right. You got to do it. If you have a good special teams unit, it makes life on everybody easy. Imagine if you're playing, if you're playing Madden, and every time somebody kick the ball off to you, you bring it back to the 40-yard line, and Drew Brees is your quarterback. Mike Thomas, Elvin Kamara, Teddy Ginn Jr., Jared Cook is your weapons. All of that. And you got the ball back at the 40-yard line every time you got it. You got a sharp field every damn time. Do you understand how that impacts the offense? Them extra 10 so yards? Drew Brees passed a 20-yard pass or make a 25-yard pass. He over there in their side of the field. He on the opposition side of the field instantaneously. That's what I'm saying, man. I just absolutely love it. Big time, big time, big time in the city. We love it. But it's horrendous, man. That's what I'm saying about the special teams. It's a big deal. And that's right, Crass. You solid on special teams, deep playoff run. It means a lot. Especially if you got a punt returner who has a propensity to return them deep and get you a touchdown. every touchdown that your special teams give you adds to everything going on. It just makes everything life better on the offense. Gives them a little bit more rest, give the defense more rest. It's 3 aspects to this thing, family. 3 aspects, three aspects of this team. Offense, defense, and special teams. If they're all good, you're probably a Super Bowl team. That's all I'm saying. So, hey. Jason said, nah, Q, that Saint slap belongs to Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks, for real? You won't give Aaron Brooks a Saint slap? You won't give him I would give him a Saint slap, too. I would slap his ass every time he smiled after throwing an interception. See, I remember too much from this team, man. I remember too much from the Saints. Because I remember every time Aaron Brooks would throw a touchdown, an interception, he would smile. That tore me up. That upset the hell out of me. DQ the Jew. What's up, family in the building? 2006 Bears, Devin Hester, and great defense got them to the Super Bowl. Yes. True. Very true. But that's what it comes down to, though. You got to remember, too, bro, that it's imperative that we get that together. We got the kicker. We got the punter. We got Taysom Hill. We have all those other guys. We're going to make it happen, baby. No doubt. I'm just making observations about what I see dealing with this team, and I see they get the defense together. The only thing about the defense right now that I will question is there is really only one question. Listen, family, you might say, well, who's going to win the job? But there's truly only one hole on the Saints. One hole on the Saints that needs to be filled this current edition. Do we know what that is? It is the third pass rusher. That is the only hole left to be filled by Sean Payton. The third, we haven't done it. I was surprised by the Ziggy Hood signing, but Ziggy Hood is not a pass rusher. We need a pass rusher. DLP 2600, who that, baby? What's happening? Elite Gods, it's a third pass rusher, baby. Third pass rusher. We need a third pass rusher, a guy behind Marcus Davenport. We don't have that. And I said it before, and you guys heard that before. Now, I've talked about this, and I've covered it in show after show. And that's the thing that I just feel that we need to kind of pick up. Sean knows. We talked about it. Dada, he knows I mention all the time. We talk about it all the time. We mention it all about it. But I know that that's the last thing that the Saints need to do to fill that void. We need that pass rusher. And you bring in Ziggy Hood. Ziggy Hood ain't no pass rusher. But I can understand you're going to play him at that position. But I'm still waiting for the fact that when are the Saints going to make that damn move? Out they had Derek Morgan out there. Derek Morgan, he retired. He had 44.5 sacks. That's a guy that know what the hell he doing. You just point and say, Derek, there you go, the quarterback. I got him, Chief. And he runs out there and sack the piss out of him. That's what I'm saying, man. We don't need somebody, well, you got to do this and that. I mean, that refines their game, but you need a veteran that knows what he's doing to provide that edge. We definitely need that. DLP, you're right. That's why I'm saying we need that guy. Now, you want me to go down the depth chart because I've done this before. I'll go down the depth chart before I spend the next interview. But that's what I'm talking about, family. We have still not addressed that need. We have not got that together. We have not got that third pass rusher situation resolved. And you've taken a huge gamble. And I'm not being negative-minded. I'm not being a negative-minded person by saying to you guys on this live stream that I have concerns. The only really concern that I have is the third pass rusher position. And I've said this before on previous shows, and you guys heard me. What's up, Young Bloods 46? You in the building, baby. I see you. This is the thing that I'm concerned about that third position, that third pass rush position, that third defensive end. And I said to myself, damn, we let Okafor go. Well, we ain't let him go. He met the statistics. He met his contract statistics and he was released from his contract will turn out to be a very bad thing. He will be a huge miss for the Saints. I mean, we're going to miss the hell out of Okafor, what he brought. You really are. But see, Revolt Radio is telling me about Trey Hendrickson. But we go over the list of guys that they have signed that fits who's going to be the third pass rusher that's going to come in and help. You got Trey Hendrickson, who's the obvious choice. But the question is to that, Revolt, is can Trey Hendrickson stay healthy? You know, I'm worried about Marcus Davenport's help. And then I say, okay, well, who's behind him? Trey Hendrickson. He got a worse record than Davenport as terms of his health is concerned. So I don't know what's going on in the building, family, dealing with that. But at the same time, we damn sure need another guy to fill in that pass rush position. I've given my estimate. I gave my little comment on it. But Trey Hendrickson, these are the guys that we have. You guys tell me if any of these guys inspire confidence in you. Just stop me and say, Q, that's the guy. That's the guy, Q. He's the one. Okay, y'all ready? I'm about to name them. Okay, like to hear it go. Trey Hendrickson, Mario Edwards Jr., Carbon Kafusi. I don't mean to laugh. Geno Grissom, Shy Tuttle, Porter Galston, Wes Harton. And I've heard various rumors and reports that they could possibly use Caden Ellis in certain pass rush scenarios. Josh Martin, the guy they just brought on, in certain pass rush scenarios as well. Now, I've named all of the guys that were on the list. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying here? Do any of those names that I named to you inspire confidence in you? Do any of those names that I named inspire confidence in you? I've named them all. Which guy do you think will be the guy that steps up in place? What happens here? Revolt said we're in trouble. Sean said I have no confidence. Scoop said who? Wes Horton, Carbon Kafusi, Geno Grissom, Shy Tuttle. I'm going off of memory because I done read this list so much. Yes. Carbon Kafusi, Geno Grissom, Shy Tuttle, Mario Edwards Jr. I finally remember his name. Trey Hendrickson, Josh Martin. That's right. Josh Martin. And possibly Caden Ellis, who was the 7th round draft pick the Saints picked up this year. That's it. Are you confident, family? Elite God said Edwards, I say. Even though Edwards is not a pass rusher, bro. Let's look at the numbers on, and I pulled this up, so I said, let's be fair to Mario Edwards Jr. Let me see what his production looked like, because Mario Edwards Jr. was a 2nd round draft pick by Oakland, some time ago. What does his statistics look like? What kind of guy, what did he bring to the team in terms of his production? What does he bring? So I had to look at Mario Edwards Jr. And I said to myself, oh my goodness, we in trouble here. And I don't think most people realize that, but I seen it. I was like, man, we haven't put up a decent guy to replace what Okafor was bringing. And let me pull up this guy's statistics, Mario Edwards Jr. stats, and I'm gonna just give it all to you, and you tell me if he can help you in that capacity. Now, remember, I'm talking about a guy that comes in that's going to be a guy that gives you sacks. We need a pass rusher, a guy that can alleviate, because you understand, if something happened to Marcus Davenport, do you understand what happens? They double down on Cam Jordan and whoever on the other side. Can they produce 5 or 6 sacks in his stead if something happened to Davenport? I mean, seriously, this is Mario Edwards Jr. stats for his career, okay? Y'all ready? All right. 85, he has 85 tackles. He has 7.5 sacks. 7.5 sacks And let me see how long Mario Edwards Jr. been in the league. How long has he been in the league? He played in 45 games for his career, 7.5 sacks, and he was picked up, drafted. When was you drafted here, brother? When were you drafted? In 2015. So from 2015 to now, that's 5 years. He has 7.5 sacks. Is that what you want? Is that what we're going to do here? In 5 years? Is that good? Is that good, family? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me. Come on now. Is that good to you? Mario Edwards Jr. in 5 years has 7.5 sacks. And you sit not, and I'm not going to put up Carbon Kafuzi because he undrafted. So is Geno Grissom. So is Shai Tuttle. I think Grissom paid in the league before with the Colts or something like that, but he don't have no real statistics you won't talk about. But Trey Hendrickson, how about Trey Hendrickson? Did Trey Hendrickson do it for you? That's what I'm saying, man. We need somebody. Nah, Q. Oh my goodness. Larry says, don't matter, Q. Mario gone. Have Cam and Davenport on the end. Mario Edwards, DLP 2600 says Edwards Jr. was injured during the Oakland days, but he's healthy now. So DLP saying that he could have possibly had more contributions then, but 7.5 sacks in 5 years is still no good. Even when he was healthy, bro, he should have turned it up. That's all I'm saying. Now, Wes Horton is a guy that had 5.5 sacks. I think he has less than 7 sacks on his career. He's a 5 or 6 year veteran. He had 1 year, 2 years ago, where he had 5.5 sacks in 1 year. But the thing was he wasn't able to reproduce it in the corresponding years, the following years. He wasn't able to reproduce it. So was it an aberration? So I would say it was more so an aberration than what it was his skills. I'm just saying what it is. That is my one thing I would talk about when it talks about dealing with the Saints. Now, before I finish up on that, y'all, let's listen to the fan favorite right now, Emmanuel Butler, talking about what's going on in the Saints camp.
It's been a great experience. I'm having a lot of fun out here. I'm trying to come out here every day, learn as much as I can, and just try to help make plays for my team.
Being an undrafted guy, though, you've got something to prove, is that?
Most definitely, but I feel like everyone out here has something to prove, you know what I mean? This is a National Football League, and every time you step on the field, you're gonna get the best of the best, and you're gonna have to compete and give 100 to be able to, you know what I mean, look like you belong here. So that's honestly all that I've been focusing on, going out, competing, and giving 100% every rep.
You're winning the media hype award for the first few days. Do you like seeing that on social media? You're like, oh no, don't put that spotlight on me.
I mean, it's pretty cool to come out after practice and see your phone blowing up a little bit. So it's been pretty fun after the fact. But when I'm on the field, you know, I try not to focus on it. I try to just focus on, you know, making plays and making sure I'm 100% ready to go.
Are you getting this?
All right, that's Emmanuel Butler talking about what's going on in camp. You can hear the media. He got the coach talking about him. He has the media talking about him. He got the fans talking about him. He got all three things working for him. The spotlight is on Emmanuel Butler early, and it's going to take him to keep pressing and make. He got it. He got to keep pressing. It's all on him if you want to make the team. That's all I'm saying at the end of the day. It's interesting. Family really is. It really, truly is interesting. Now, we got another interview we're going to play for you. Maybe, matter of fact, 2 more. We're going to play a few minutes of them. This is from Malcolm Brown, the big defensive lineman the Saints signed over from the New England Patriots, won a Super Bowl champion last year. University of Texas, big guy, massive defensive tackle that is going to make the Saints line one of the most fierce defensive units in the NFL once Sheldon Rankins gets back. Here's him talking about his time here in New Orleans so far.
Learn the plays, you know, do my part in the whole process. I'll get ready to play a whole season.
Michael, having played on the championship team, do you see a lot of same similarities between the Patriots and the Saints?
Definitely. I mean, work hard. We get out here grinding every day. Everybody's doing their job. I mean, it's going unsaid, but everybody knows where they're supposed to be and they're being there. And you know, everybody's out here working, grinding every day.
What more of a bigger level can this defense take? Because the last 2 years they've been, you know, growing and growing each year. Somebody just asked Dennis that, how do you guys go from good to great? What do you think about that potential of going from good to great with this team, knowing what they've done the last 2 years?
Man, it'll be fantastic to do that. Like I said, I can't talk about what they've done in the past because I wasn't here and I don't really know what they did. And but going forward, you know, we really just want to, you know, take that extra step of doing more and being more at whatever it's supposed to be. Like if that's yards, third down, touchdowns, whatever it is, we want to take the extra step of being better at that one category and put it all together. And at the end of this thing, we'll be all right.
That's Malcolm Brown, family. Malcolm Brown breaking it down, Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots last year, bringing that edge and very much young player into the fold to what New Orleans has to bring. We don't have to worry about Malcolm Brown and what he brings. It's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be absolutely awesome to have him talking. We got one more interview we're going to queue up with you in just a second. But like I said, before we get back into the rest of our interviews, that final interview, I'm going to talk to you guys about the hitting the thumbs up button, please. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the notification bell if you haven't already do something. And if you're not a subscriber, please feel free to subscribe. But also remember, hit that thumbs up button because it gives more great fans and family like yourself into the podcast, into the live stream as our family continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So excellent days. Things are happening in New Orleans. Things are happening. Now let's talk to this is the final interview of the interviews I'm going to play for you guys. This is defensive coordinator Dennis Allen talking about the improvements that the Saints defense are making on a daily basis. Here's the coach.
Early, just based on what he had seen in rookie camp. What are some of the reasons that might be? I mean,
look, you know, I think one of the things is he's a versatile athlete, you know, so there's a lot of things that he can do and do well. The key is really going to be how well does he get acclimated to the things that we're asking him to do, how much can he absorb mentally, you know, and that'll probably dictate, you know, the volume and the amount that we can get him involved in the defense. So I think it's probably a little early to speculate as to how much or exactly what role that is. But yet, I do think that that's a talented athlete that we can utilize.
Yeah, I know we ask you this every year, but another year heading in, how much are these guys acclimated to what you guys want them to do, the veteran guys?
Well, look, I think we're further along now than maybe where we were 2-3 years ago in terms of what we're going to ask them to do. You know, there's a lot of repeat in terms of the things that we're doing schematically. So guys have heard the defense, they've played the defense, they understand how they're supposed to fit within it. So we're probably a little bit further ahead. I think that's a tribute to our personnel department and bringing in the right guys, and then we've been able to have some consistency without a ton of turnover. You know, there's always going to be some turnover from year to year, but I think you know, specifically this season, I think there's a lot less turnover, and we're a little bit more stable in terms of, you know, knowing what guys can do and how we can utilize them.
That's defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, y'all, breaking down what he thinks. A ton of turnover on the team. So real interesting, man. We got Dennis Allen's approach. I just love it, man. I just going to be honest with your family. I absolutely love it. I think the Saints are going in the right direction here. It's absolutely awesome. It's beautiful. I love it. It is tremendous. It is great. It is awesome. Everything that you could possibly imagine, it is. It is. But family, this is getting to the part of the show when we're about to shut it down. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on our special Sunday surprise live stream to the family. I know family was enjoying their Sunday, and I was just surprised we had Sports Coma decide to shock you a little bit to talk about our beloved black and gold. But as always, family, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the thumbs up button to help the show get along. And one of the great things that a lot of Sports Coma family members are doing are taking the shows and taking the links and sharing it on their social media. That has really been a thing that's really been helping us, so that really helps. We appreciate the donations. We use your donations to empower the platform. We get a better software, we get better cameras, we get better, more lighting. We get different things executed to make the podcast a lot better. So if we thank you guys for monetarily for donations, we thank you guys as well for sharing the show and all of the places that you socialize, whether it's Reddit, Facebook, and there's a lot of great things. We got a lot of great Sports Coma family members across the sphere that are part of a lot of the football groups on Facebook and stuff like that do share the show well. So You know, that's the one thing I ask the family to do is wherever you go and wherever you socialize, bring the sports coma with you, family. Bring the sports coma with your family and share it with your family on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or wherever you socialize. So, and also just to let the fam know some news here. We also are working on, we have a series of shirts coming out as well that Sports Coma Saints apparel that'll be coming soon. So keep an eye out on that as well. We also have the giveaways that we talked about before, family. Madden game giveaways, consoles, PS4 console giveaways, and all that great stuff is coming soon. So you guys stay, hit the notification, subscribe button, and make sure you guys are locked in with us because a lot of those great giveaways are going to come. Like I said, we got Saints Sports Coma, Saints and shirts, hats, and clothing coming soon. And I think you'll really love it. So thank you guys for joining us, man. I love y'all. Who that to the family, man. Who that? Who that, family? Who that? We got this here. We going to win this here thing, man. I'm really excited about what's going on in camp. And we're going to keep covering it with that same passion, that same edge, baby. We are the black and gold nation, baby. Yes. Yes. Thank y'all for joining us today. Y'all people, be good today on this Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And who that, baby? Who that? Peace.